guys, welcome back. I did a little poll on Facebook and Instagram, and I pretty much was deciding if I wanted to do Edward Scissorhands or a glamorous Beetlejuice. And based upon the poll results, motherfuck, we're gonna do Beetlejuice, which I'm super excited about. Previously, I've done Edward Scissorhands, but Beetlejuice is really my jam. So I kind of made a quick sketch of what I wanted to do, but I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna go about. Alright, let's get started. And as you can see, I am pretty nude all over. I have these glasses hiding it, but you about to see it anyway. Alright guys, so I'm starting with a nice clean face. It's super duper clean. Boy, look at those brows. I got nothing. Alright, so I'm gonna start off with my own shade, and I'm mixing a little bit of blue in there. Yes, bitch, we glowing in the dark today. Traditionally, I would just apply concealer or foundation to the eyelids, then do the eyes, and then all over the face. But for today, I am doing all over just because we're gonna have a lot of, fallout coming from the eyes. After you blend out your foundation, make sure you set it with a translucent powder. Personally, I use Ben Nye's White Translucent. For the majority of today's video, I'm going to be using the Cthulhu palette from Belladonna's Cupboard. It's pretty sweet. It's actually a water-activated palette, but you can use it dry too, which is pretty awesome. Today, I'm going to be frequenting the purple and the green shades, and I'm actually going to use it water-activated. Now, you do have to mess with the consistency of this. I made mine a little too watery, but just play around, get a feel for it. The first thing we're doing is sticking with a kind of medium-ish purple shade. Don't worry too much about the shape and it looking perfect. The biggest thing is just getting it applied and kind of blended and spread it out, getting a good base for us to start with. I'm just kind of applying freely here, going in and blending out with my fingertips a little bit. I do want to kind of spread out towards the eye socket. And of course, I forgot to conceal my eyebrows, so I'm going to do that real quick. Now this may be different from person to person. Me, I have no brows, so I'm just doing like a quick, light glue over and then applying a nice thick concealer to hide those little baby brows. I am not too terribly concerned with concealing my own brows just because I don't really have any brows, unfortunately. This is going to vary from person to person. I will make a separate video talking about concealing brows, but for today, I just want something, just a good base to work with. We're going to take that purple again and blend it up onto our brow bone from where we just concealed. Probably should have done that first, but that's okay. If you notice, I'm not really specific about which brushes I use. The biggest thing for me is the shape, the size, and the kind of bristles I'm using. For this, I'm using, a kind of medium-ish size brush, soft bristles, just to make sure I get a nice blend in there. To me, it's about whatever works best for you, then use it. And with that same brush, I'm just pulling the color underneath and blending that out, and I'm blending away from the eye to create a nice fallout look. What the fuck was that? I don't recommend putting the whole brush in your eye. Probably shouldn't do that. Kind of hurts. And as you can see, I'm just repeating what I did on this eye onto my other eye. To preserve the purple blended look I just created, I'm actually making this a cut crease. I'm applying concealer into a cat eye shape. That way the glitter has a place to go and it's a little more intense. And as you can see, I'm making a nice big fucking mess. Concealer all over the eyelashes, but that's alright. We're just gonna keep going. Here I'm just smoothing it out and pulling it into a nice cat eye shape. After I achieve the shape I want, I go in and set it with a translucent powder again. After we're done setting our cut crease, I'm going to break out some more of that green from our Cthulhu palette. This green is pretty epic. I am not using water with this, I am just doing this dry. Going in and just applying this right over our cut crease shape we created. Next, I'm going to get out my matte carroty palette. This is actually one of my favorite palettes. And we're going to use that deep ass green. Yeah, really deep. And using this brush because it's really good. And I'm going to go in here and line out where I'm going to shade. I'm just going to kind of define that cut crease. After we make that cut crease look good as hell, we're gonna put some underneath the eye to make your entire eye look super good as hell. After we finish pulling that green underneath, we're gonna break out that dark purple from the carroty palette. I'm just going over top and blending it right in. I'm not going into the dark green, but I'm like right on the edge and blending it into the lighter purple. I'm doing this to create a nice gradient transition into that medium purple. And then I'm doing the same thing with underneath of the eye, taking that Cthulhu green again, putting it to the corners of the eyes and kind of blending that back out into the dark purple. And we're just gonna kind of, you know, smush some more purple around, make that shit look good, make a fucking mess, yeah? Looking good, looking good. Gonna break out some sparkly ass shit. Ooh, look at that, dark green and light green. Gonna use this stuff. It's NYX glitter glue. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of smear that all over my eye so we can get that sparkly shit to stick right on there. Make sure you're not getting into the purple section, otherwise it'll look like complete shit. And you don't want that to look like complete shit because it's gonna look pretty good once we put all that glittery shit on there. Yes, girl, we are looking like a fabulous grape. A car tried to hit me in the middle of the night. I tell you what, it's not happening with these reflectors. Yes, we absolutely want to try to put as much glitter as humanly possible on our eyelids. I need this glitter to blind all these haters. Don't forget to go back in and kind of clean up and fix all the shit you just fucked up by putting glitter all over it. After you put on so much glitter that your eyes feel crunchy as fuck, you're going to want to break out some clay eyeliner. I personally like the clay just because it's easier to control for this portion. The brand of clay eyeliner I am using here is Camera Ready Cosmetics. I do apply 2 different kinds of eyeliner usually. So the first thing I'm doing is starting off with the clay, and I'm going in the corners and on the inside and onto the fucking eye and onto your contacts and all over the fucking place. You get my point. And then I pull it up into the cat eye shape that I created, and I even pulled it into the crease that I'm also creating. And then I take some liquid liner and I go and clean that up. Unfortunately, clay doesn't give the sharpest lines unless you're a master, and I am not. I am just a huge failure of a person. Oh yes, we getting in there, getting some sharp lines, looking good, friend. Just do your thing. Don't give a shit about what anyone else thinks. Yes, I know there's glitter in the eyeliner. I've made a terrible mistake. Shouldn't even be watching this. Why are you even here? Fix all those mistakes. Clean up all the glitter that is all over the fucking place. God, I fucking hate glitter! Slather it on. Suffocate your skin. Pores are for the weak. Personally, I like to put foundation on my ears too, just because I'm going to be wearing a wig. After that, I'm setting again with a white translucent powder. Keep in mind, the white translucent powder I use might not work for everyone's skin tone. I specifically use this to make myself even more ghostly fucking white. So, yeah. The next thing I'm doing is contouring my nose, actually, and once again, you don't have to do this too, but I personally really like doing this. I take a little bit of the purple from that I was previously using on my eyes, and I just pull that down and kind of shape out my nose to make it look less gigantic. After I define it, I go and blend that back out, and then I start contouring my cheeks. And I take that same eyeshadow shade and pull it from the center of my ear into a U shape. Keep in mind that contouring is going to be different for everyone. You just have to get in there and play with it and kind of figure out what works best for your face shape. I really try to keep in mind the apples of my cheeks and really trying to get that to pop with my contouring. For my brows, I'm just using a simple black pencil liner and drawing the whole damn things back on because, you know, some of us are just born with no brows. For those that are a little more privileged and have fucking brows, you can just kind of shade them in and do your thing. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna draw mine back on, you know, just, yeah, draw the whole fucking thing on. Genetically, I don't really have any brows, so I'm going to fill them in with the pencil, and then I'm going to take the Cthulhu green, and at the very beginning of my eyebrows, I'm going to add that, and make myself a bomb-ass unibrow. Yeah, fuck it. We're doing that now. Look at that. Looking excellent. Just kidding, I'm just gonna clean that up, you know, give myself, I guess, 2 brows. But you know what? Having 1 brow is a lot better than having no brows. Just think about that. But there really is a reason why I do create that unibrow, and it's so I can center my brows and then have enough room to have a nice faded transition into the darker parts of my brows. Oh yes, girl, we looking good. I'm about to be your new stepdaddy. Then we're gonna take some gross ass looking mascara. Don't look at that. And we're gonna prep your eyelashes. Pull out some more Cthulhu green, and we're gonna make some nice moldy spots. I don't know what you would call those, but yeah, it looks good, trust me. Just don't pit too many, girl. You don't want to look like Shrek. You want to look sexy and moldy. Yes, we looking like finely aged cheese. Mold and all, look at that. Yes. Gonna take that basic ass black liner again. Gonna line the lips because we're gonna go for an ombre look. I know it may look like I ate a bag of Oreos. Trust me, it'll turn out fine. Just bear with me. Next, we're gonna grab some pastel purple liquid something from Nick Liquid Suede. And we're gonna put it on the middle of their lips. And we're gonna fucking pronounce it. And I'm actually doing the black lip liquid suede. Holy shit! Blend that shit in. Yes. Looking fantastic. And blend, and smush it all up. Yeah, fuck it up. Yeah, there you go. All fucked up now. Just kidding. Actually made it look real nice. And I'm going to take the purple shadow we used earlier, and I'm actually going to set that on the lips, and then I want to put that liquid pastel purple shit that I can't pronounce on my lips again. And do this as many times as you need, just to get whatever intensity that you desire. Damn, I'm pasty. 3 spoopy 5 me. Oh yeah, we about ready for them lashes, girl. First, make sure you do put in your contacts if you do change them like I do. And then put your lashes on, because otherwise, you make a big old fucking mess. Make sure you adjust your lashes how you need to. And then, yeah, don't put that in your eye. Just on the outside, please. And then we're gonna slip on that wig.